don't even know the name of it.
What is up, everybody? It is our very first
Camera's crooked already.
live TikTok. The camera's a little crooked. Who's complaining? Him,
Me.
not me. My name's Ben Kepler. I guess I'm going to be the host of the podcast, and I have my two losers in the background. The Peanut Gallery, Mr. Lou Bertha himself, never has a positive or negative opinion about everything. Everything's always in the middle.
Why don't we introduce ourselves?
And then, yeah, okay, fine. Yukonis can introduce himself.
I'm also Ben Yukonis, the better looking Ben, and smarter about fantasy football.
That's up for debate for you guys. Anyways, we're going to get on to the first thing that we want to talk about tonight, which is going to be the 49ers game. Breaking news, CMC's not playing. Reactions, Keurig, how do you think the game's going to turn out? Oh, by the way, we have Keurig, our not producer, who's not on screen. Keurig, how do you feel about the 49ers game tonight without CMC? Line is 3.5. It's going to be changing here.
Jets, Jets.
You think it's going to be Jets?
Yeah,
All
that
right.
Jets defense has got
Jets,
heat.
I got Jets.
We got 2 for the
Brees,
Jets.
Jets.
Run all over.
Brees Hall, all right.
Gonna run all over them.
Okay. And what are you thinking here, Ben?
I'm hammering down on the Niners.
Staying on the Niners
staying on the
regardless.
Niners regardless.
Doesn't matter that IU
I think
hasn't
they got too
practiced
many-
at all.
They got too many playmakers.
No.
All right,
They
we'll
still have
see.
too many
Green.
playmakers.
We'll see. I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with the Jets. I mean, come on, it's Aaron Rodgers' first game back, baby. It's gotta be the Jets. It's gotta be
I
the
think it's gonna be a
Jets.
good game.
It's
Don't
gonna
get
be
me
a good
wrong,
game.
but I think the Niners pull it out.
I think that the 49ers defense really gives Aaron Rodgers a struggle for his money.
I don't.
But I
Two
think
thumbs up.
I think Aaron Rodgers has some struggle with the 49ers defense. No. You think ayahuasca man's gonna
they don't
fly?
The man's gonna fly, man.
They don't
All
have their
right.
top safety in Tufunga.
Yeah.
What else do Jets do other than fly?
Is that great? Is Green?
Has it been long
Plus-
enough?
Plus,
Say
the
crap.
There you go.
Jets O line.
There you go.
The Jets O line is still iffy. So
The Jets line is kind of iffy.
they tried.
But
They did draft a couple guys. I forget who.
They have
Off the top of my
Braylon
head.
Allen.
Brees Hall.
Braylon Allen, the backup running back coming in this year from USC, refused to do the 40. So we don't know if he's like,
Yeah, no.
I'm in
Derrick
5
Henry.
fantasy leagues. I want Brees Hall in all of them. I didn't get him in a single one.
I also didn't take Brees Hall in any fantasy leagues. You have him?
No, I didn't get him either.
I would have taken him 1-1.
I didn't get him either.
I would have taken
All
him
right,
1-1.
for context, this idiot back here also took Nick Chubb 1-1 last year.
He would have too.
You would
I
have?
would have taken Brees Hall 1 overall.
Over CMC.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
Over
now he's
CeeDee
running
Lamb.
Because CMC had a huge year last year, and he's due to get hurt again.
1-1 is
And he's
the
already
first
hurt
spot.
in week 1.
Even in full
Yeah, it's the first spot. He never
even in
won.
full PPR.
Yeah,
Even
I'll
full
take- I would
PPR.
have taken Brees Hall.
Because Brees Hall still
1-1.
he gets a lot of catches too.
Hey,
Yep.
Peanut Gallery Jordan, would you take Brees Hall 1-1?
For CMC?
Over CMC, over CeeDee Lamb.
I haven't seen enough of Brees Hall to make.
Yeah,
CMC
1-1.
How many?
CMC ain't even playing.
What year is this?
I mean, but when's the last time CMC didn't score a touchdown in a football game?
It's been like 23 games.
Yeah,
or so.
exactly.
Oh,
You don't not take that guy number 1 overall.
I understand that, but I still would have gone. I
I
might have gone Brees Hall.
That's just my opinion.
I gotta
I
see
would've.
more.
All right, next thing I wanted to say. So, what do we think is the score is going to be tonight? Do we think it's going to be low scoring? I have my bet tonight as going to be over 31 points. I don't think everybody's going to mesh. It's week 1, and you don't have CMC. Ayuk's practice maybe a half of a time, like maybe once, like that Friday short run-through practice.
Yeah.
So, I
over
mean, like,
31. Is that what you have?
that's what I have, which is
I
low.
would say 17-14.
You say
Yes,
17-14?
which is 31.
Yeah, but that's going to bottom me out. So you think it's going to be a low scoring
I
affair?
think it's going to be low
You
scoring.
think Brees Hall is going to be dominating the offense? You don't think it's going to be an Aaron Rodgers show?
Nope. Brees Hall killing him.
Dude, Brees Hall's
Do you
neck
agree
is
with that?
weird.
No, I think it's going to be
Garrett
a shootout.
Wilson.
You think it's going to be a
he's gonna
shootout, high
show why
scoring?
he sucks.
It's like 34-28.
Mike Williams is getting Italian.
34-28, 9.
There he is, the infamous Keurig.
Oh, look, yeah. Go get him a beer. I'm going to go that it's going to be a medium scoring affair. I'm going to say like a 21-17.
21-17.
You know what I'm saying?
Get your over.
Yeah, it gets my over. I also wanted to mention a guy that isn't getting a lot of fantasy looks, but I haven't.
Who is it?
Malachi Corley? I believe is his name.
Never heard of him.
He's the rookie wide receiver, right? For the Jets.
Yeah, he's a rookie wide receiver for the Jets. His projection this week is extremely low for no reason. I'm not really sure why, but I honestly think he's going to do something. In preseason, he was great. He's a slot guy, so he's going to be Cooper Kupp-esque. You know what I mean? He's going to
Big ass.
he's going to run the zigs. He's going to run the zags, and you're going to have Garrett Wilson running deeper, I think. But I want to see what he does tonight. I have him in one of my bets. I have him going over.
I think Garrett Wilson's going to put up a big, fat, basically 0.
He's saying that. He's saying that because I have.
I think it's going to. I'm not. I'm very low on. Honestly, I'm on Brees
Chat.
Hall. I'm
He's
very
saying
low on
that
Garrett
because
Wilson.
I have him. But anyways.
Mid. Define mid.
He's not mid.
No.
He's a little better than mid.
I think he has.
He's not a first or second round fantasy pick, though, in my opinion.
I think he has 85 yards and a 60% chance of getting a touchdown.
Yeah, it's like
You gotta
Devonta
remember,
Smith.
the dude was
Devonta
playing with
Smith gave you
Zach
that.
Wilson, and who was the other bum that they had last year that was playing? He's old. Doesn't matter. He was a bum because I can't even remember his name.
It wasn't
And
Joe
he-
Flacco.
No. It was some other old white dude who's never played and then finally played, and you're like, oh wow, he's
wow.
terrible. But anyways, do we think Ayuk limited snap count tonight? Do you think you see a lot more
I don't
of
think
Jennings
limited.
than you do?
No, I think
Ayuk?
Ayuk is full go.
You think he's a full
I think
go?
he's full tilt.
I think he's
Yeah?
I don't think he's going to do
Just
amazing.
because he wasn't
either.
at training camp doesn't mean he
I think
wasn't
it's gonna be a
working out on
defensive
No, wait.
battle.
We now know that CMC isn't playing. Do you think that your answer that you're giving me is because CMC wasn't playing? Like,
No,
if
I was
CMC
hot.
was playing,
I would have still taken the Jets.
you still think the Jets, but
I
do you
would've
think
taken the
Ayuk
over.
would have been continuing to play at high targets tonight? Like, is he? You would think he's a play in
Yes,
fantasy
because
football.
he
only
got-
have two
he's
wide
got-
receivers for
yeah.
anyone out
Yeah,
there. that
he's
does
He
that.
had, he had
Yeah.
high volume targets last year.
He did, but he hasn't
I think he's
practiced.
gonna
I guess
suck
they're
though,
already
too.
they're already glued like that. It
Yeah.
doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
Do they have a new offensive coordinator?
Mike Shanahan runs the offense.
I guess, yeah, you're
Yeah.
definitely right in that effect, for sure. Well, I mean, all right, those are good takes. My bet tonight, I did want to shout out my bet tonight. I have George Kittle, 3 receptions, 40 yards. I have the Jets plus 10, which is kind of ridiculous, and like I said, I've been going over 31. Also, Brees Hall anytime touchdown. That's giving me a plus 500 for tonight. So that's my bet for tonight. If you want to jump in with me on that, that's what we're doing. I hit every once in a while. I've been pretty
Brees
good
Hall
this
Oh,
touchdown.
weekend.
Right?
I didn't hit anything this weekend. I also didn't make any bets.
Are you going to be making one tonight?
Maybe in the spirit of this podcast, I'll make one right now.
All right, you'll have to let us know once you fish up there.
I'll
Ben, you got
figure
it. I
I'll
think
figure
earlier
it
you
out.
told me you had 3, didn't you?
I have 3. I'm just going to go with my favorite one, though, because I'm hammering down on Debo tonight. So I got him at over 4.5 catches, 75, a total 75 rushing and receiving yards combined, and 2 touchdowns. Going in hard on Debo.
Yes, in fantasy football.
I do.
Was that your? Didn't you say you had more than one though?
I do, but I don't really.
The other ones are kind of junk?
Yeah, they're kind of junk.
All right.
The
Well,
one, and the one was accidental.
oh, that's right. You did mention that. Other big news: the Steelers have signed a new punter because our punter has died apparently. Not in reality. Let me rephrase that. We use that word to say that he's out for the season. His season is dead. So yeah. R.I.P. to him and his season. Name is
Man, the over-under line.
Johnson.
Cam Johnson.
Cam Johnson.
Cam Johnson. R.I.P.
Johnston. He looked good for the one play that he played, and then yeah, that was the only play that he ever played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So
He's done for the year.
we also, I don't know if you guys seen this news today, brought back our worst best friend Terrell Edmonds.
He's back.
We signed him off
signed Terrell
of
Edmonds?
we signed him off of the practice squad from Jaguars.
Oh, we claimed him off later.
Yeah, no, not waivers. He
Oh,
was
no.
on the practice
He was
squad.
on the practice
Yeah, which means we signed him to an actual contract, and now we're stuck with Terrell Edmonds again. I don't know if you heard about that. Terrell Edmonds, now a Pittsburgh Steelers.
Back on the Steelers.
Yeah, can't wait for him to blow coverage again through the middle. That's going to be awesome. Can't wait for that. Did you get your bet in?
I got my bet in, I think.
All right, let me hear what you got.
Brees Hall, anytime touchdown, Jets plus 7.5.
And what's that give you? Plus what?
Plus,
What's your odds? 2
260. 5. Plus 165.
165. That's kind of low.
Low bad, nothing fancy.
All right.
I don't like throwing money away.
I can understand.
Oh boy.
All right, so things we did want to go over for the week is we kind of wanted to break down the NFC and AFCs, who to watch, who did good, what should you look at moving forward here. I decided I would take the AFC here with Lou. I think that the number one problem in AFC is the Browns. The Browns are supposed to be good.
And they are awful. Because
They are horrible.
They kicked Baker Mayfield to the curb.
And Baker's slinging it somewhere else. We're literally at the point that you have to judge Deshaun Watson as, is he a better person or a better quarterback? Because, like, I think it's at the
Seems
point...
like he's shit at both.
Yeah, he's pretty shitty at both.
There was that other allegation that came out
Yeah,
today about
today. He has
Yeah.
another allegation that just came out today while he was on the Texans. Apparently, he beat somebody up. Was that what
They
it
were on a
was?
date, and it
There's
was like a
another sexual
domestic abuse
assault.
case. Yeah.
There's another sexual assault.
And
violation.
Baker Mayfield bought into Cleveland.
Yeah.
He was like, this is a shitty city that's cold. It's like a worse Pittsburgh in every single way.
Yeah,
they
true.
never win. He bought in, and he led them to the playoffs, and they kicked him to the curb for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, but
they
Cleveland-
deserve everything they get.
Yes.
Yeah, but
They
Cleveland
do.
has milk.
And, like-
I don't know where else to get gourmet grilled cheese in Pittsburgh, but
Oh my God.
Yeah, they also have enough lake
This
snow.
guy
to
over
make
here,
me
he's
kill
not even
myself.
on camera. He's chirping in.
Yeah,
Cleveland.
exactly. Yeah, until you're reading the comments, producer, we don't want to hear
We don't wanna
anything
hear
from you. Drink your icy light. Jeez.
I will say though that Kevin Stefanski actually did want to keep Baker Mayfield, and that was like ownership that
He
kind
has-
of like forced
They
forced them
deserve,
to
they
make that
deserve
move.
everything
Yeah.
they're getting because
Well, they're
Baker
idiots.
is slinging it out in
That's-
Tampa Bay.
But you have to think, Kevin Stefanski has to actually be thinking, Jameis Winston?
Yeah, I
The
mean,
Yeah, he
ownership
has to.
definitely won't
He
let him
has to.
play Jameis.
I think
They
Jameis.
definitely won't
What
let him
about
play
DTR? Or DT,
He's gone.
whatever?
They got rid
No,
of.
he's on the team. They got rid of Huntley.
I
Yeah, they got
thought.
rid of Huntley.
I
No,
thought,
they kept him.
Because
I thought
Huntley's back
DTR
on
left
Ravens.
too.
Yeah, Huntley's back on the Ravens practice squad.
I'm looking that up.
Like, you have to, yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead. I'm
They
almost
have-
positive. Like,
they
you
have
have
to
to be thinking after that performance. You have to think about it. They have national championship Alabama wide receivers on either side.
Yeah, but Jerry Judy's like
Jerry Judy.
Jerry Judy got a touchdown
Jerry
yesterday.
Judy.
the only
sucks.
person that's a fan of Jerry Judy is Jerry Judy.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Like,
Definitely not Steve Smith.
I can't remember.
But no, Amari Cooper's on the other side. He had, I think, 9 targets for 2 catches yesterday.
Deshaun Watson's
Yeah.
just not good anymore.
yeah, he's just
Do you
not.
think?
He's been washed.
Let me ask you this then: do you think that the Browns would be better off with Winston slinging and dinging?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's better. For
I like
100%.
Jameis Winston's kind of underrated.
It's like even their backup running backs good that they're playing while Chubb's
Yeah,
out.
James
Like,
Wood-
the whole team. We're Steelers fans, and we're saying that the Browns have a decent chance,
Yeah.
but not.
Jameis Winston
Nah.
threw for 50 touchdowns one season.
He
I don't care
did.
what
He
it
also threw for like 40 interceptions. That
was. It was
same-
50 and 50.
Okay, he went 50.
Hey, he still threw 50 tutties though. Like,
You know who's not a sponsor of this podcast? BetMGM. I'm trying to make this bet, and I cannot get it to go through.
BetMGM, we need mics and
We need
stuff.
someone else better than BetMGM now.
Yeah,
If
we need
you
stuff.
want to
I'll go
sponsor us,
first. Money's in the
hit us
account.
up, dude.
Let's
I know
go.
we're loud, but you probably can't barely hear us. Anyways, other things in the AFC that happened this week that I think were awesome and people maybe that you should look out for. So, leaving the Browns, I think that Amari Cooper is now a bench stash until we figure out what the Browns offense can do. Browns running backs are a play.
Browns
Because
running
that's all
backs
they can
play.
do right now is run the football with their great offensive line. But Houston Texans, fire.
Joe Mixon.
You and I both
King
know
Joe Mixon. Let's go.
Joe Mixon had an awesome first week. He looks fresh. He looks like he's ready to go in his new format. C.J. Stroud whipping the ball to Stephon Diggs. Pretty fire as well.
I didn't catch it.
2
I was just
touchdowns.
watching my fantasy. Joe Mixon racking it up, under like 59 yards.
Their
something
defense
like
looked
that.
horrible,
And
though.
a tutty.
On a side note, with a team with the old middle linebacker as their head coach, they got torched by the Colts. As much as they won, the score was close.
Yeah, I mean, their defense is young though still.
They brought in a couple players this year. They brought in the guy from the Vikings that I have. What the heck is his name?
Oh, Hunter.
Yeah, they brought in Hunter. They also brought in the dude from the Titans. What's his name? I got him as well. Al-Shazir or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? He's a linebacker.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. They did lose a couple guys though.
Plus Richardson's he's an athletic quarterback, can make plays.
Yeah.
And he did.
Richardson's awesome.
He was.
I love it.
I was gonna get
More
to him
2.0.
next. I would say right now, getting out off of the Texans on the next team, I think every Texan is a play. Doesn't matter. Before the season, we were like, how are they going to distribute so that everybody can get points?
Tank
They're all
Dell
getting points. I mean, Tank Dell had 7 or 8 points. PPR, he still had like 11. Full PPR. That's still like serviceable.
Unless you're Dalton Schultz. That's
Oh, did he have nothing?
He got like 3 points.
Well, I think it was a bad week for tight ends in
It was just
general.
a
You
bad
lost
week for tight
Njoku
ends.
from the Browns. He's done for a while with a high ankle sprain.
Mark Andrews didn't play very well.
Ferguson got hurt.
Ferguson was the other one I wanted to
Ferguson got
say. He's not seriously injured, but he's also out for a
I
couple
think
weeks.
Sam Laporta had a kind of a bad game too.
It's a little rough in the tight end land. I had who did I
I'll
play?
tell you who
I
I'm
played
high on.
Komet and Kittle, and I gotta wait for Kittle. We gotta see what he does.
Kyle Pitts year. It's Kyle Pitts year. I'm telling you.
L's in the chat for Kyle Pitts,
Heard
everyone.
it.
L's in the chat for Kyle Pitts.
Dubs in the chat for Kyle Pitts. Got a touchdown yesterday. 11 points. Let's go.
Yeah, but
Kirk Cousins.
look terrible.
They look terrible.
Kirk Cousins looked terrible.
What's
60
the
yards of
ceiling on
offense in the
tight
second
end?
half?
It was bad. It was 58.
58?
58. Steelers held them to 58
Yeah.
yards of offense in the second.
With
Yeah.
all that down?
Kyle Pitts.
When does Penix play?
Well, no.
I don't know that.
Well, here's
but-
the
Does Penix play this season?
No.
That's a good question.
That is
If
a
he
good
question. I'm
does,
saying no.
if he does, Kirk
No,
does
no,
get
no.
hurt. Kirk does get hurt,
It's
and
'cause
that would
Kirk
be
get
like
hurt. Yeah.
that'll be
Kirk
week
get
8
hurt.
or 9.
If Kirk,
Week 8 or 9, he usually goes down. Yeah.
or if the Falcons are just having a shitty year.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean,
When
outside-
aren't they?
but the
When
Falcons
aren't
are a
they?
weird team because, like, outside of like Bijan, and then like you have London and you have Kyle Pitts. Like, who else do they have? You know what I mean? Because like you look at like Darnell Mooney. and
Not
they got
Drake London, he
and
sucks.
And they got
Oh,
Ray
Drake
Sit
Wow.
Drake London.
He sucks.
That's our official review. I'm not even going to ask them.
Yeah.
Sit Drake London.
Drake London's like he's night or day. Like, because I had Drake London last
Dude,
year. and he's-
Ray McLeod.
Yeah,
at
Ray
4
Ray
yards.
McLeod.
Ray McLeod.
Darnell
former
Mooney.
Steeler.
Darnell Mooney.
Fire.
Fire.
I'm big on him.
Big Ray McLeod guy.
Darnell Mooney's wide receiver
Always
number
trust
2
a guy
down
with
there.
2 first.
Right.
You think the Steelers are fucked? Like Darnell
Oh,
Mooney?
Ray.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ray.
I was like,
No,
McLeod is not a first.
You know who's in serious trouble though? Every single receiver for the Green Bay Packers.
That doesn't mean
I drafted Jaden Reed. He did so well. I was so happy.
Because I am a
I think I'm big sell.
big brain.
I think I'm big sell.
I wouldn't play him really. I mean, Jaden Reed's the only one worth really playing right now
Probably
because they
Jaden
use him
Reed.
as like a gadget guy.
Yeah. Yeah, Romeo Dubes loses like half of his stock, and which wasn't very much.
Same with Watson.
Yeah.
Watson
Yeah.
Easily
Yeah.
has the coolest name of all.
And especially depending on if they
Romeo
play.
Dukes.
If the Packers play Malik Willis, just forget it.
That guy
Don't
sucks.
even play the.
That guy,
Yeah.
that guy
Don't even do it.
stinks.
Well,
Don't even do it.
there's been conflicting reports they're going after
Tannehill.
Tannehill.
Yeah, because it was with.
What do you think,
Before.
Tannehill or Malik Willis?
What's Joe Flacco
Excuse
doing?
me.
Huh?
Flacco was the backup for the Colts.
Yeah, Flacco's on the Colts,
Okay.
Bob.
I didn't know Joe Flacco was still free
You
agent.
gonna call up Colin Kaepernick?
No, because LaFleur was with
No.
the Titans.
No.
Not calling up him.
No.
LaFleur was with the Titans.
Oh yeah,
For a
I
little
guess
bit.
I can see that connection.
How about
yeah.
Tony Pollard?
Yeah, LaFleur was with the Titans.
Got that tutty. Everybody said, what's that got? Tajay Spears. Everyone said Tajay Spears is going to eat into Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard. Got that tutty. Everybody said, what's that got? Tajay Spears. Everyone said Tajay Spears is going to eat into Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard.
Titans are,
I mean, that one real good.
it's only
prospect.
week
Well,
1, but
that's the other thing I wanted
Titans
to.
got to figure it out.
While we
though.
were talking about quarterbacks, I think it's both. If they sign Tannehill, it's Tannehill. I think it's both. If they sign Tannehill, it's Tannehill.
Spears did not have a good.
That is
He
crazy.
only had 5.2 points.
So I just
No,
looked it
yeah,
up.
garbage.
The depth chart for the Green Bay Packers at QB, there's 2 guys.
Yeah, Sean Clifford, right?
No, it's just Jordan Love and Malik Willis.
Sean Clifford's on their practice squad, which they're going to probably have to
So they
call
only
him up.
roster 2 QBs though. Like usually most teams have 3, but they must have kept it.
They have their third as emergency.
But they got 4 tight ends.
Love,
That-
Jordan
that
Love.
makes sense.
But Titans. Levis?
No, he sucks.
It's too early.
It's too early?
I
He
think
played half of last season.
He's better than Kenny Pickett,
I think he's
not
better
a high
than
bar.
Pickett. I
Do
think
you
he's
play
a
him
high-
at QB2 if you have to right now?
he doesn't suck.
I don't think
I mean,
Levis
he's like-
sucks.
he's-
It's
You
early.
have to, but if you have other options.
If you have
He's
other
mid.
options.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
mid.
I have him as my 3.
I don't hate him as much as I hate other quarterbacks. But
Yeah?
he's mid. He's mid.
Is
He's like
it the
prime
mayonnaise coffee for you, or?
That does it for me.
He's
Okay.
mid.
Also,
So
for
you
those
think
who
Mason
don't know
Rudolph?
in the chat, we do a 2-quarterback league.
Yeah,
So-
we do a difficult two quarterback league, which can be fun or can absolutely make your life
It's the way to do it.
horrible, to be honest.
I feel like
no
he,
ball, then you can play in
And
the
if
two
you're
quarterback
asking us
league.
questions, we can't see it because we don't have a good setup.
I don't know if I've seen any questions.
I don't see anything.
We have people coming in and out of our chat.
I
left
still
and
wasn't
right.
able to make my bet, but that is the bet.
Yeah?
Screw bet MGM. Now with the sponsor.
All right, we're down on MGM. We're up on Mason Rudolph starting by week 9, do we think?
oh, in Tennessee?
Yeah.
I think Levis.
No.
I think Levis plays.
They're gonna
Levis
run.
stays?
They're
I
gonna
think he
run.
stays.
Unless
They're
he
gonna-
gets
they're
hurt,
gonna ride
they're gonna
Levis
run
out.
the year.
They'll run the
on him.
course?
They'll go
Yeah, I
on
think
the
they're gonna
course.
run the
They're gonna
Because
run
they'll
the
just
year
get-
on him.
What's the worst thing that can happen? They know that they're not contending, so all they're gonna do is like probably try to rebuild, like a
Yeah.
slow rebuild.
Yeah. Yeah, I can
You
see.
know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
That's the worst ever.
I agree with you.
Because they're in no
I
position.
would rather
right-
get a top 5 pick.
Yeah,
Not use
they
Mason
are in
Rudolph
no-
unless you have to.
They're in no position
Unless you're
right now. to really
demoralizing
start
like the
doing
All
it.
Stars
We
on
love
the team
Mason
and they're
Rudolph
elite,
here.
you know.
We're big Mason Rudolph
I'm
guys.
Mason Rudolph
We are
guy.
big Mason
We're big
Rudolph
Mason
guys.
Rudolph guys.
Can't lie. Big
I'm
Mason
Mason
Rudolph
Rudolph
guys.
guy. He got
I'm
treated.
not a big Mason Rudolph.
He got treated.
Okay.
Fair.
I went to the
We are.
Cincinnati
We're
Bengals
true
game
fans.
versus the
Because he
Steelers.
had 3
And Mason
games last
killed
year.
it.
Hey,
I'm a Mason guy.
You remember that year with Duck Hodges and Mason Rudolph?
And he got benched for Duck Hodges.
Yeah, you know.
Duck Hodges is winning a life right now, by the way.
God bless that guy. Wherever he's at.
Duck Hodges has like a hot wife now. Like
He's
she's
a
like
winner. He's
she's like a
like,
famous
that-
country
He's making
singer.
duck calls.
He's making duck calls.
He's making
He's
duck
making
calls
duck
every
calls.
day.
He's
Like that
He's
guy
a
won.
through and
Like
through.
He don't need football. He's
that guy
like
doesn't need football. Football needs him. Like that's what.
Next quarterback, Sam Darnold. Is Sam Darnold good? Is Sam Darnold good, or was the Giants' defense so bad
Jets.
that it hid the fact that he was
Oh, no,
seeing
the
ghosts?
Giants.
I thought you were talking about when he was on the Jets.
No. We know that you Ben had him when
We
he
don't need to
seen
talk about
ghosts
We don't
in that game and got -4 fantasy points and ended up losing the week by starting him as opposed to benching him. Anyways, do we think he's good?
Okay, so the Sam
No.
Darnold thing.
I don't think
No.
This is
I don't think it's good.
this
No?
is probably a bad take.
I didn't catch the game,
This
but I assumed you
This is probably gotta be one of the craziest things I say all season, but like I kinda have like this like thing that like maybe Sam Darnold's gonna have like that Baker Mayfield like season. Like you know what I mean? Like new team.
Comeback
new
player of the year.
Yeah,
I'm
comeback
sure.
player of
Your
the
opinion would
year.
matter more if you weren't some disembodied voice.
I mean, his job's not that hard. He threw Justin Jefferson for Christ's sakes. Like it's-
People, show us your face. We wanna see your face.
You don't want to see his
So we're out on Sam Darnold. You would put him in the bottom 20 quarterbacks in the league?
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I mean, he played this week.
Yeah.
He would.
I'd put
15-ish.
Will Levis at 19. I'd put Will Levis at 19.
Will Levis 19, him 20.
Yeah.
Is Will Levis
Well, yeah.
is Will Levis better than Sam Darnold?
I don't know.
Potential. Yeah.
That's
but
like the same
but
picture.
He's like
Like,
just like
okay.
a slot.
Itsy bitsy
A little
tiny.
tiny slot.
I think Levis has a stronger arm.
Yeah,
Levis,
I agree.
Levis does
Levis
definitely
has a
has a
cannon.
strong
Has a
arm.
cannon.
He has a cannon.
So he has that over Darnold.
Yeah.
I mean, he threw for 208 yards, 2 touchdowns, throwing interceptions.
Will Levis was good.
He
He
had
reminded me of a young Ben
16.62
Roethlisberger.
fantasy points.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't have a. He had a decent day.
He has a decent
He had a
receivers
decent
too,
day.
though.
I'll never take
He
him.
has
I'll never-
extraordinary talent around him. Will
He
Levis.
does have talent around him.
That, he's giving the stats for Sam
That's
Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
But Sam Darnold has
Will
just
Levis
as much
is not
talent around him.
nearly as good as
If not better.
He's got Jay Jettas. He's got. I mean, I know he got injured, but
Here's Addison.
Addison got injured.
And I guess Aaron Jones isn't doing bad.
No, Aaron Jones had
Aaron
a.
Jones. Aaron
Aaron
Jones
Jones like
had a day.
a-
Aaron Jones
Aaron Jones
feasted.
He did have a day.
Aaron
Jones.
Aaron Jones might be kind of bad. We'll see.
Get him.
Frank has the best fantasy team in our league right now.
Yeah.
Young Frank.
Yeah.
Who's the worst football takes ever?
He drafted Michael Penix though. Like
This is on camera now. You can.
I can't.
For the record,
can't take that
brother,
kid
worst
serious.
football takes ever.
And we all gave him shit for his the way he
Who's that?
drafted, too.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Who's that other dude he took? That rookie running back that Carolina got.
Oh,
Jonathan
Brooks.
His
Jonathan
team-
Brooks
his team
should
is
be
blown
good.
up.
Should be.
Yeah.
Should
Have
be
you
good.
seen the Panthers?
Yeah.
That team is.
Yeah, you're not
massive.
wrong.
Like,
Blake
You're not
Moore getting
wrong.
0. A solid 0. The Rams didn't use him at all.
Didn't use them at all.
And they said they were going to, but they never did.
With Corum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did what's his name have a good night last night?
J.K. Dobbins played well last night.
Williams.
I don't know.
J.K. Dobbins exploded yesterday
Yeah.
on 10 carries for 139 yards and like a touchdown or
Yeah,
two.
Dobbins played well.
I'm a big
It was
J.K.
ridiculous.
Dobbins hater.
Yeah, well, I mean,
we're not gonna get into that. But I hate J.K. Dobbins.
So Kyron Williams ran for 50 yards, had a rushing touchdown.
Oh yeah, they did push
So,
that ball in. Yeah, on
he
on
did
pass
have-
interference.
So I mean, he had a decent day fantasy-wise, 12.9 fantasy points.
I'll give that like a 7 out of 10.
Mid.
Yeah.
Yeah, very mid.
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 That's like what you expect to get.
James
you know.
Conner was toting the
James
rock.
Conner was killing it. I'm a huge James Conner guy.
James Conner was killing
James
it.
Cardinals
Conner
should have
is a
won that game
solid
yesterday.
Who was
fantasy-
who was
He's always been a solid
Who was
fantasy.
RB1 in fantasy yesterday?
Oh.
I know the Camaro did pretty well.
Yeah.
Conner did pretty well.
Ramondre Stevenson.
Dude, he did good.
It was Saquon Barkley. It has to
It
be.
was
I think it's
Saquon. He had
Saquon.
30 some points.
It has to be
I
Saquon.
think it was Saquon. How about that though? Like everyone thought he was gonna be kind of like
Oh,
Don
man.
Wood in Philly. That dude should be playing in Philly his whole career.
Did you
Like,
see Giants? The Giants.
Oh.
Jess, can you give
Barkley.
me a beer?
Yeah, Barkley.
Barkley was fantasy.
Who's two?
Joe Mixon.
Joe Mix. Yeah, for sure.
J.K. Dobbins was 3.
Yeah, don't talk about it.
Maybe not yet.
The Giants, their social medias, everyone was like, "Oh, he was such a bad player in our team." Blah 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 blah. I was reading it all over. It was like Giants 365 or something like that. They were just getting torched. Just getting
Dude.
torched.
I mean, I think that I think they fit well there, and like,
He does. He's exactly what they needed.
and like
Saquon Barkley.
they were worried about.
He's
Yeah.
exactly what they needed.
So they were worried about that
Really,
tush
Jalen
push.
Hurts over fantasy value.
Yes.
I didn't get any tush pushes in.
Well, because Jason
Kelsey's bad.
Jalen Hurts.
Dude,
he-
Jason-
Yeah, because they don't have Jason Kelsey.
Yeah.
Jason
that's-
Kelsey retiring, he was a tush push.
He
dude.
was.
Yeah, it
he
was all
was.
Jason-
That was all him, dude. Like
Honestly.
So-
I
honestly.
don't care how much Jalen Hurts can squat.
squat, yeah.
Jason Kelsey can squat.
Jason
more.
Kelsey.
True. True. So, next quarterback, as we're moving on through them, the shitty ones at least. Daniel Jones, is he benched?
That
Do you
guy-
think?
He should be
Like,
benched.
is this the
Daniel
last
Jones is
week for
horrible.
Daniel Jones? I don't
Daniel
even
Jones
like the
should
Giants,
not
but
be
I
in the
cannot
NFL.
watch Daniel Jones throw for 86 yards, 4 interceptions.
Wasn't that guy
anymore.
steal off the Giants like 80 million?
160 million or something.
Dude,
like that. He
grand-
was
I don't know what it was,
Grand
but he's not
larceny.
worth
Like,
nothing.
it's
Crazy.
They could start Nathan Peterman and get better
Pure
results.
highway
right now.
robbery.
Yeah, highway robbery, dude.
Honestly.
Malik Neighbors about to pull an Antonio Brown, rip the shirt off, and run around the
He was
sideline.
probably the worst.
Malik Neighbors
Get out.
still had, I think,
He had a
about
good game.
70 yards.
He had a good game,
something
relatively
like
good
that.
game.
I will say
like
those
10
uniforms are
badges.
cool yesterday, though.
Oh my! Why did nobody mention that to
I don't
me?
know.
The Giants' uniforms yesterday were top notch.
I didn't
It was
catch
like 100
I
years
was like, I
later on
watched it.
Giants.
Their,
It
their
was so
100-year anniversary.
They were
uniform.
super
They were cool.
They
They had
looked
like
like the Canadians
Ah.
shirt, and then they had these like brown pants.
They had the Wolverine like
yeah,
shit
yeah,
going
and then they
on
had a
top.
Wolverine, like a Michigan Wolverines helmet in their colors.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah,
It was sick.
pretty cool.
It was low-key
Really
sick.
good.
Yes, no, Daniel Jones was dead last for starting quarterbacks in fantasy.
And that's below like.
Bryce Young.
Yeah. I was gonna say Justin
Jesus.
Fields, but Bryce Young.
You want to talk booty cheeks?
No. So he was dead last. Number 1, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield.
Mayfield had-
He stole
King
from me in the
Baker.
draft. I'm actively
King Baker.
the reigning
Well, Baker's
champion
hell of a
QBR
week.
rating
of the
yesterday
Super
was
League, or
144.
our fantasy league.
That's
but,
God
incredible.
bless Baker.
They took
Yeah.
all of my players. They didn't let me get anybody back.
Thank God for Chris Godwin.
Nobody. So,
Thank
you.
God for Mike
Well-
Evans. I think Mike Evans had 2 tutties.
My favorite player in fantasy football, if anybody would like to know, is Brandon Aubrey, who is the greatest kicker of all time.
Kickers' lives matter.
Dude, so good yesterday.
My favorite player is Zach Moss. And Zach Moss killed me. They don't clown me because I took Nick Chubb.
Well, this
first
podcast is
overall.
fun, guys, but I think on that note, it might
Nick
be.
Chubb dies last year, so I sub out. I get Zach Moss.
Remember, when we say that, we mean that their season is over.
He's still blown out. And like, I got Zach Moss. I got second last year. I pulled it together on the back of Zach Moss. Got him this year, late, 13 points, flex. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Let's go. Zach Moss.
I don't know. Zach Moss, huh?
He's gonna make the show.
Yeah, he's something else.
I am gonna make the show.
I'm gonna
He is the show.
I'm gonna cut you out. We're just gonna put a big a cartoon. We're gonna cartoon him out in 2D.
What's that shit they used to put like when they like just
This
put
is
like a
exactly
censor?
how I thought it.
Like Lou's got like
Exactly.
the,
This
he's
is
gonna have the
exactly
big
what I
black
was hoping
censored
for.
sign. Like they
I hope
just put,
everybody
like,
who's joined in has enjoyed it so far.
what was that stuff? Like,
Yeah, this is pretty fun.
Just time check. Want to let you know that we are going to stop before the game starts. That's just like, why would you watch us on the football game?
We
It's
want
8
to
o'clock
watch
right now.
too.
Oh, we got tons of games to run through.
Yeah, we got a little bit more to go through here. I wanted to talk about Jaden Daniels. I think he's basically going to be what you would expect out of Lamar in the first couple seasons. All of his wide receivers are going to do
QB3.
nothing. Yeah, was he?
QB3 for a week.
Okay. Yeah. Terry McLaurin, put him on the bench until they figure out their offense.
I like Jaden Daniels though.
The second guy is De'Ami Brown, I think, and then Christian McCaffrey's brother is number 3.
Luke McCaffrey.
Luke
They also
McCaffrey.
have that Zacchaeus.
Oh yeah, Olamide Zacchaeus. The best name. Anyways, I think that those guys, Scary Terry, and maybe that CMC's little brother.
How about Bulletproof?
Luke McCaffrey.
Or Bulletproof.
Brian Robinson.
No, he's playable because he's a running back.
Yeah.
I'm
And
saying,
Austin Eckler too.
And Austin Eckler. They're both playable because
Austin
that dump
Eckler's
down
made of
game
glass.
is what you're going to see with the mobile quarterback. You're not going to see those deep
Brian Robinson
passes.
is bulletproof.
That's not what
and
it's
Austin
going to be.
Eckler's made of glass.
Yeah, that's not what it's going to be when you put the mobile quarterback in. Just like
You
with
know,
Lamar.
right there.
You have Bateman, he doesn't get a lot of yards. You have Zay Flowers now coming on the scene. Maybe every once in a while gets a lot of yards, but doesn't normally get a lot of yards. Where you get that lot of yards is out of the dump down passes to your tight ends. You know what I mean? Like that's what they do. Tight ends, or running backs. They have Eckler for that exact reason.
Well, the thing is too.
You know what I'm saying? He's their Justice Hill.
Well, the thing with McLaurin.
Yeah,
I feel you on
get
that.
what I'm saying?
Well,
The thing with McLaurin is like, he's more of like a slot guy. He's kind of getting up there in age where he's not really like a big number 1 outside guy anymore.
Him and Amari,
So-
I think, yeah.
So McLaurin, like, they need a burner on the outside, and I think once Washington finds one of those
De'Ami
kids,
Brown is really fast.
I don't know who that is.
I know you don't, but he
personally,
is.
like,
I only know
yeah.
him from Madden.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, De'Ami
I'm
Brown's really
surprised they got
fast.
rid of Dotson though. I felt like this would have been his year.
He must have had a bad attitude, or like him
Yeah,
and
there
Jaden
had to be
Daniels
something
didn't
more
get
to that.
along, or
Yeah,
it had to be
why
something like that. You don't just get rid of a guy for no reason.
Because I thought he was gonna be like
You
that.
got more
dude.
games to run through. Enough on the Commanders.
Yeah, you're
Enough
right.
on the
Enough on the Commanders. Going through other games that we had. You had Jacksonville. I wanted to talk about Jacksonville specifically playing against Miami.
Miami.
He's big Miami. I think
That's my
Jacksonville.
second team.
I think Jacksonville's got some problems with the whole idea that we're now splitting ETN with Bigsby. Is it Biggs?
Hank Biggs.
Hank
Bigsby?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
Auburn
reason
graduate
why
Tank Bigsby. Look,
is because I think that we need to see that the decline of Travis Etienne must be on board, because we wouldn't normally do that unless what they're trying to do is kind of pull off like a Steelers approach. But that would be weird because Tank Bigsby would be Najee Harris and Warren would be Etienne,
Yeah, you're Etienne.
and that's not how they've ever been set
I
up.
think they have a problem at quarterback too.
Trevor Lawrence.
I think
Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence is the most
Maybe
overrated quarterback.
maybe the most
He's the
mid
most-
of
He is
mid.
it.
I was
He's the
about to
best
say
of
he is this
mid.
mid.
He's the most overrated quarterback.
He's 16
in the
out of
league.
32. 15
He's
out
the
of
most
32.
overrated quarterback in the NFL.
He's just like there. Like that's the same.
Where do you put him? Top 15?
He's probably 15.
He's probably 15.
I think he's
like the
right at
biggest
15.
man.
actually
He's
just
right in
15. Like,
Blue, let me
Dead
know.
Center.
Let me know.
Most overrated.
Name to me, and I mean, take help from
I
everybody.
think he's also
But
stealing money.
name
from
to
the
me
Jaguars.
what quarterbacks go ahead of Trevor Lawrence. We've obviously
You got
got the
Mahomes,
easy
you got
ones.
Allen, you got Jackson, you got
Burrow.
Jordan Love, you got Burrow,
Okay.
you got who were
Purdy?
Yes.
game
yeah,
manager.
we got Purdy, we Love, you got Burrow,
Okay.
you got who were
Purdy?
Yes.
game
yeah,
manager.
we got Purdy, we
I would
Jared
definitely
Goff
take
over Stafford,
Stafford.
easy money, Matt Stafford.
I'd take. Did we say Murray?
We didn't say Murray, but
I
I
would take Kyler Murray
too.
over him as well. Keep scrolling for us.
That's right there.
I
That's
would
11.
take. I would take Jalen Hurts over.
That's 11.
CJ Stroud?
CJ
Oh,
Stroud. That's
Stroud.
12.
Oh my God. Yeah.
CJ Stroud is 12.
I think that's it.
That's 12 at least.
Keep going down. Dak Prescott?
I take
I'd
that.
take
Dak
that.
Now
over
he's at
Trevor
13.
Lawrence.
All right. What about, would you take Minshew?
No.
No,
Justin
no,
Herbert.
I mean,
Justin-
for
Justin
vibes alone, I
Herbert.
take Minshew, but I
Herbert.
do like Herbert more.
Herbert.
Okay, so what number are we at?
That's-
13?
He'll be 14 out of, or yeah, he'd be 14th or 13th.
We've named 14 guys for you so
Yeah,
far?
yeah.
All right, I think that would be, so he is the 15th
He's like the
best.
mid,
he's
he's the
like-
mid. He's
All
the
right.
best mid guy.
Would
there
you,
is.
Yeah.
would you take 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers over Trevor Lawrence?
Oh, I'd take fucking yes.
Oh,
I would.
yes,
I'm
I would
sorry,
take
yeah,
40-year-old Aaron
yeah,
Rodgers
I'll take, yeah,
You would take Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
I would take Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah,
bump him
take
back
Aaron
to
Rodgers.
16. And would you
Yeah.
take Baker Mayfield?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh yes.
Baker
I'm
Mayfield.
eating
Yeah,
the
Baker
sales.
Mayfield.
I'm just gonna keep naming people.
That
No,
puts
I
him
will
at what,
say-
17?
Yeah. I would put him 17 or 20.
Yeah.
He's in that 17
Yeah, I don't
20.
He's a
He's
good
that
mid
good.
guy.
I
Yeah,
will say on a
He's not
positive.
your Will Levis, but
Nah.
I will say
he's
on a positive
better
note
than-
for the Jaguars yesterday, though, Brian Thomas Jr., their first-round pick,
Yeah, LSU.
was 4 for 4,
Mhm.
47 yards and a tutty.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
He
so
was
he showed
good
up.
yesterday.
I think
He
he's
showed up.
He
Like,
was good yesterday. I think that,
I think he's got to become a guy.
yeah, I think that, yeah, I agree with you 100%. I didn't really watch a lot of their replays. I know that Travis Etienne fumbled going into the end zone, I believe.
Yeah. Tua hit Tyreek
Brian
with the
Thomas, how
ball.
many catches did he have?
4.
4 on how many targets?
4 targets.
Nice, he caught every ball.
Yep.
73 yards and a touchdown? or what?
47 yards and a touchdown.
47 and a touchdown.
Back,
Not bad.
back to Lawrence.
Dude,
we still
hey,
don't even
he's
know
4
how these
for
rookie
4.
quarterbacks are going to be. How good these, like Caleb
True.
Williams, Jaden Daniels.
Because I like
You know,
Jaden
like-
Daniels a little bit.
I got to
Bo
see
Nix,
more out of
too,
Williams.
like-
Bo Nix.
Caleb Williams,
So,
Well,
okay.
Nick's had a rough start.
He
Bo
did have a rough
Nix-
start.
They threw the ball like 50
Yeah.
Yeah,
times.
he's on a bad team.
Dude.
That's it.
You know who looked
Broncos-
bad yesterday,
Broncos
Kyle?
Nation, let's
Geno Smith.
Let's
go
rebuild.
through the pasture.
Yeah, let's
Not that I think Bo Nix is going to be great. Don't get me wrong. I don't think Bo Nix is going to be like this great quarterback, but he has potential to be better than Trevor Lawrence.
He looked at least like he knew kind of what he was doing.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way.
Yeah. I don't know, 'cause he didn't
Derek Carr looked really good too.
Yeah,
well, I mean, it's still-
who
it's
did Derek
Carr.
Carr play
It's
yesterday?
Derek
Like,
Carr, and he played the Carolina Panthers.
Is it Bryce Young's last year?
I'd say yes.
Is it his last year?
I'd say yes.
I saw a video of him working in Raising Cane's. It's
Yeah.
like a promotional
I see
video.
that.
and
He
like,
might be there
he's about
next
to be,
year.
you know, I love me some Raising Cane's.
You're gonna. Can I take your order, please?
dude, he's about to go do DoorDash.
I
with
say
Desmond Ritter.
Bryce
Like,
Young and
Yeah.
Daniel Jones are going to be playing in the UFL next year.
Desmond Ritter, I don't believe
Nah,
he's on a
that's not
football
gonna
team
happen.
right now.
That's not going to happen.
Pretty
Pretty
sure
sure Desmond Ritter
They
works
should
in
be in the
Raising
UFL.
no, he works for DoorDash. That's who actually.
He honestly might.
He dropped me off my Olive Garden the other day. Like,
Oh my god.
we got a bunch of more.
Yeah, we got a
We
couple
have
more
a
games that
couple
we
more
wanted to get through. We had the Steelers, obviously, that's our team.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about
There
them.
we go.
It's pretty embarrassing that we couldn't score a touchdown.
that
Our
defense
kicker,
is sick.
Chris Boswell, the
Our
last
kicker's
remaining
amazing.
killer bee.
He's the
Let's
number one.
go.
number one in history at a touchdown.
That
Our
defense
kicker,
is sick.
Chris Boswell, the
Our
last
kicker's
remaining
amazing.
killer bee.
He's the
Let's
number
go.
number one in history at a touchdown.
That
Our
defense
kicker,
is sick.
Chris Boswell, the
Our
last
kicker's
remaining
amazing.
killer bee.
He's the
Let's
number one.
go.
number one in history at week 7, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what's his name? Did play.
Mm-hmm.
Who else do we have? The Raiders, who they play?
The Raiders played the Chargers. The Chargers
Oh,
look
yeah,
really
the
good under their new head coach, Jim Harbaugh. That wasn't bad. Lad McConkey somebody you have.
Yeah.
He played a good first game of his
I had a decent first game.
You gotta see that.
career.
Yeah.
And we
4
had
catches,
JK,
37
who we
yards,
talked about.
touchdown.
JK obviously
JK
did
had a
great.
good game yesterday.
Gus
Talked
Bus.
about
Gus Bus did
He
nothing.
had nothing. He had like 9 carries for like 24 yards.
Justin Palmer, who's supposed to be a guy that everybody could pick up as Mainstead in the back end of the draft, gets ejected for fighting a guy. That was fun. Good thing I didn't play him.
We still gotta cover Ravens.
The Ravens. Oh, the
Oh,
Ravens
we
are
didn't
great.
even talk about Ravens
we don't
Chiefs.
got time. The game's over stuff.
We can talk real brief about Ravens Chiefs.
I will say, could we just say at least like
Lamar, great fan.
I wasn't that. We'll see, because I think they're gonna be good, but like Henry kind of wasn't like what I was
Yeah,
expecting.
I didn't like Henry that much, and I also didn't like what's his name at the Packers very much either. and
As a
Josh
Steelers
Jacobs.
fan, I hate the Dirty Birds.
Josh Jacobs
the
had a-
Ravens.
had a tough
Well,
game.
I
All right.
respect the Dirty Birds, the Ravens. I don't respect the Browns.
I don't respect the Browns.
Bengals.
No.
I do respect the Ravens.
Let me ask you guys this in closing here. For our first episode, if you were here today and watched us and stayed for the whole time, that is awesome. I hope you tune in next week. We're going to try to do this probably around the same time every week so that we can kind of schedule it in for you guys so you know when we're going to be on. What is your player moving into week 2 fantasy football that was on your bench that you're saying is a starter moving forward? Jordan.
Probably Thomas Jr.
Thomas Jr.?
Right, Tom. He might go to the flex.
All
spot
right,
this
so we
week.
got Thomas Jr. And who is somebody that you say is now a sitter?
Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley is a sitter, and
Yeah.
his replacement, Brian Thomas. Okay.
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield's a start at quarterback in one quarterback leagues.
2.
What about in 2?
What's that?
What about in one quarterback
One
league?
quarter. Oh, okay. So in my 1 quarterback leagues,
Would you start Baker?
I would start Baker.
Who's
Yeah.
number 1?
Yeah, he was number 1 on the week. You might as well. Yeah.
I would start Baker.
And then who would be someone that you're saying that out of the quarterbacks that you've seen this week is now a sitter? I think you probably Trevor Lawrence.
A sitter?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would say Trevor Lawrence.
That would be your person?
Yeah.
All right, so we got, basically, he wants you to take the wide receiver, but he wants you to bench the quarterback. It kind of makes sense in a way, though, honestly.
Yeah.
You didn't
Blue.
even prep me for this question. I already know my answers. I already told you guys, Zach Moss. He ain't splitting it with Chase Brown. He's the clear bell cow back on the Bengals. Take Zach Moss. Drop Raheem Mostert because he sucks. He is the exact opposite. He is the Chase Brown of the Dolphins.
He does
You
seem
want
like,
to
yeah.
change. Take
Yeah.
Zach Moss, drop Mostert. It's easy squeeze.
Yeah, if you could trade, it looks like A-Chain's won that job. So if you could trade Mostert now for something, or
Yeah,
that
I'm
Chase
stuck,
Brown,
yeah. I'm stuck.
I would try to. My sitters are going to be the Well, first, my starter is going to be Jameson Williams. I think that he's going to put up those numbers every week now. Not maybe as big, but he's going to put up numbers every
He's
week.
going to be more consistent.
He's going to be more
He's gonna be more
consistent
consistent,
every
for
week.
sure.
If you're in a half PPR, full PPR, I think he's your 8 to 11 point player that you can count on being in that like cover spot for a bye week or something, or maybe in your flex. I think he'd be really good. And I think the sitter is Amari Cooper. I mean, 9 targets,
dude.
2 catches.
Their
Yeah.
passing
Who's
game
going to throw him the
sucks.
ball?
Deshaun Watson's ass.
Deshaun Watson needs to go.
The Jameis Winston rally
But,
starts.
yeah.
They really like Cooper.
Yeah. Well, anyways, guys, hey, I just wanted to again say thank you for tuning in this week. Hope you guys
Yeah.
enjoyed hanging out with us because we're going to try to do this more often. Maybe from my garage next time, maybe from here. Who knows? But drop a follow and stay tuned for more stuff. We'll put out some clips and stuff this week of this episode for you.
Yeah.
See ya.
Peace.
All right.